views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
I hate pro football. It's too rough and too fast. And all the players dress like Star Wars. Let's leave ice hockey to the other pros.
All right, well, welcome in, everybody, to the premiere edition of what's going to be your favorite golf show. We call it Golf Unfiltered, where nothing is out of bounds. I'm Dennis Silvers, and I've got a great co-host that you're probably familiar with. Jay, introduce yourself.
This is Jay Schroeder, and I'm excited to be here. I mean, Golf Unfiltered, nothing out of bounds, but I still hit it out of bounds. Are we okay? Are we okay with that?
Well, I do too. And as you know, Jay is a former NFL Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Washington Redskins. He played 5 seasons for the Raiders. We'll get into that a little bit, but more importantly, Jay loves the game of golf. Jay's a very good player. He's got some great insight into the industry, and I think we're going to have a hell of a lot of fun, Jay.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and golf is such a great game. It's something you can do the rest of your life. I got into it. A buddy of mine talked me into it. It's something I've gotten my boys into. It's a chance to be outside and enjoy some of the most beautiful places in the world.
Yeah.
Being on golf courses, and also the challenge of trying to repeat a golf swing as an athlete. You're always looking for that next challenge, and this is a way to continue that.
Exactly right. And I want to remind everybody that's looking, we are being brought to you by Encore Golf, the makers of some fabulous golf balls, and I know that you're using.
I'm using them. I love it.
You're using the mat balls right here.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm using the mat ball right now, and it's got a great feel. I'm loving it. It's given me some pretty good feedback, so I'm liking it.
Yeah, and we are being brought to you live by WWDB-TV studios right in the entertainment capital of the world. And you know that's Las Vegas, Nevada. And we are only steps away from the world famous Las Vegas Strip. And it's St. Patty's Day too.
Yes, happy St. Patty's Day to you. And we hope it's a great day for everybody. It's unusual what's going on in our country and around the world right now, and especially here in Vegas.
Yeah.
We talked earlier. It took me, about half the time to drive here this morning than what it normally should be. But we just encourage everybody, be safe, take care of yourself, but enjoy the day. It's going to be fun.
Absolutely. And you're going to love this show. If you love golf the way Jay and I do, you're going to love it, because we are going to bring you some premier guests week in and week out, whether they be tour players, golf club makers, golf course architects, golf writers, golf authors, anybody who's got an interesting story that we think you would like. We're going to try to get on the show.
We are, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a cross section. People are probably trying to figure out, why does football relate? But, all these athletes, we love to compete. Everybody across the board. And I mean, I haven't met anybody, whether it's in business, whether it's in athletics or whatever, everybody wants to compete. And golf is a great way to do that.
Totally.
And you can get outside and enjoy it. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the good parts, the bad parts, and the fun parts.
Yeah.
And let's have some fun doing this and make the game fun.
Yeah. And I want to remind you, you can also check us out on our website, which is unfilteredgolflv.com. Go to our website. We've got a lot of good information there. Starting next week, we're going to have some great giveaways each and every show with a lot of our sponsors. And check out our sponsors page, because we've got wonderful sponsors and advertisers.
Yeah, please do. We'll start giving away some golf balls, and you'll get a chance to hit the new Encore ball, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy that.
You're going to really enjoy that. All right, I'll tell you what, since it's Jay, I've even got the green beer can
even green.
For St. Patrick's Day. I'll tell you what, Jay and I are going to open up, and we're going to suck down this beer as fast as we can while we go to our first commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to have a great interview with Nick Sherburne, our very first guest, and he's going to tell you about, Nick is the co-founder of Club Champion. I'm sure you're familiar with that. And we're going to talk about club fitting, club making, and all the good stuff that you need to know to make your game better.
That's right. Hey, To the first of many, my friend.
You got it. Cheers.
Enjoy.
All right.
Cheers.
Hang with us. We're going to be right back right after this. When it comes to golf, I'm a man of few words, as you'll see. Looking for out-of-this-world technology in your golf ball? Encore Golf. Looking for exceptional performance and durability? Encore Golf. Looking for the best performing ball for the price? Encore Golf. Check them out at EncoreGolf.com. Your scores will thank you.
The Impact Press is a new revolutionary training iron that is designed to improve how you deliver the club to the ball, called the Moment of Truth. This ingenious training aid was invented by Bill Schmedes, an award-winning PGA teaching professional who has been voted one of America's top young teachers. The patented design of the Impact Press simply forces golfers to see and understand how they should move their body, hands, arms, and release for tour-quality ball striking. Another great thing about the Impact Press is that it can be used both inside and outside or away from the ball to improve motor pattern, providing the feedback needed to take your game to the next level. The Impact Press is for all ages and abilities who are looking to vastly improve both body and club movement at impact. The Impact Press is used and endorsed by top teachers and coaches in both Golf Digest and Golf Magazine's Top 50 and Top 11 golf instructors. The bottom line is, feeling is believing. Better ball striking, better scores, more fun. Go to ImpactPressGolf.com. That's ImpactPressGolf.com.
As a senior mini tour player, this silicone woven technology helps me grip the club lighter, and consequently I get more club head speed.
The non-slip woven silicone pattern improves slip resistance. Plus, it wicks sweat away to prevent chafing and rashes. The CopperTech copper-infused golf glove soothes arthritic hands and provides support for muscle stiffness, soreness, and pain.
This glove helps me play longer without joint and muscle pain. As a golf pro and a teacher, I recommend this to all my students.
All right, welcome back everybody to more of Golf Unfiltered, where nothing is out of bounds. I'm Dennis, he's Jay, and right now we want to bring on our first guest. Very, very interesting gentleman. Let me tell you a little bit about Nick Sherburne. Nick is the co-founder of Club Champion and is also the president of SST PURE, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show. That's a new endeavor for him. His role at Club Champion is to oversee the training of all of the fitters and club builders for Club Champion. Nick has decades of experience in the club making business, and as such, as you can imagine, Jay, he's received numerous awards and recognition for his work by various club making organizations. Exactly, yeah. Nick also holds a BS in marketing from the University of Illinois at Chicago, where he is currently talking to us from. So, Nick, let me just start out and welcome you onto the show, and I appreciate the time you're giving up for us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Dennis and Jay.
My pleasure. Just to sidetrack a little bit, you know about the situation all over the country with this COVID-19. What's going on in Chicago that you could tell us right now, Nick, about what's going on?
Yeah, you know, obviously, Illinois, we're on a little bit of a lockdown, so we have, no restaurants and bars and that kind of thing. But, we're still open for business, and people are still coming and getting fit. We just clean everything down real good, and, we have a procedure we're handling. So all in all, of the 74 stores we have nationwide, currently we only have 7 shut down during because of lockdowns or mandates. But we're trying to plow through and keep golfers hungry.
Yeah.
Yes. In that regard, how are the golf courses? Because we're getting some golf courses here and around the country that are shutting down. Is everything still open back there, or other than the snow?
Yeah, because of the time of year we're at in Chicago anyway, although we've had a nice little warm spell, it's been kind of an early spring almost for us. Not a lot of our golf courses were open yet anyway, so but I do know that a lot of the golf courses that were open are still open and kicking. So
That's good. That's good, because I think it's going to have an impact a little bit later down the line, but hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Nick, when when did you first get interested in golf, and how did that lead to your interest in fitting and building clubs for golfers?
Yeah, it really happened in high school. I never played golf growing up. I was a farm kid, and we played football, baseball, all that kind of stuff, and really never thought I would play golf. And my freshman year in high school, a friend took me out to a golf course, and I was like, man, this was fun. And I go, I'm a bigger guy, so I played offensive line and catcher and things like that. And I'm like, you know what? This is a sport that I can play without getting my brains beat in and a little less running and getting yelled at by a coach. Let's do this. And I tell you what, I just fell in love and was bitten by the bug. And the funny part about that is I took it to the most extreme of my family didn't really have any money. And so, I had to find a way to take my grandma's clubs and make them for me. And I found a gentleman, moved to Chicago. My parents moved to Chicago, and I found a gentleman that helped show me how to do that. And he had a small little repair business. And, I started working with him, and one thing turned into another. I worked with him through high school, through college, took over the business from him. And then in 2010, took on some venture money and created Club Champion. So out of it. So really, I haven't known anything but this.
There you go. Well, I love your background. I'm a baseball guy. I'm a Midwest guy. I was born in Milwaukee, Nick, so I got you there. But let me ask you this, because I'm a bigger guy also. What's the most important thing you need to look for when you're getting fitted for clubs? Because we all agree it's very important to get fitted for clubs. Like my clubs, I know are an inch over standard because I am tall and back issues. I don't bend over much. So what do you look for when you fit people?
I have to get the ball out of the cup for him. That's how bad his back is when we play.
Yeah, there's so many important things in the golf club. But, length is one big part of it, and we all have different body types, arm length, right, torso length, all that. So, having that right length is important. Lie angle, which is how the club not just sits at the ground at address. That's not really that important. It's how it hits the ground at impact. So, some of us stand up, some of us sit down, and so that's going to require different lie angles. And if we don't strike the ball squarely, the turf's going to make the face open or close, or slow it down from taking too much turf. So, lie angle, those are two biggies. But there's a third one that a lot of people never think about or hear about, and it's what we tackle every day in our stores, which is, do you have the proper weight of the golf club? So, like anything, especially baseball bats, different weights can allow you to swing the bat differently and faster. And so, finding that right shaft weight, swing weight, weight to the golf club to make your muscles react properly are huge in the golf game.
Yeah. Nick, that brings me to, or reminded me of a question that Jay just asked you as kind of a follow-up. There's a lot of debate amongst golfers, amongst people in the golf industry as to, really, is it beneficial for me to get fitted? Is it really going to help my game that much, number one? And should I really go through the expense of having that done, number two? Do you have any quick studies or statistics that you could share with us to bolster that argument?
Yeah, absolutely. We've done studies with Golf Digest and Golf Magazine, two separate studies, where we used devices like Golf Logics and stuff to track people's performance after they got fit. And, typically we can show that they're going to drop their handicap somewhere in 2 to 3 point strokes through custom fitting. And, whether that comes from the putter, the driver, a combination of all 14 clubs in the bag, it's very easy to show that custom fitting is something you should do. And even when people go, well, that study could be skewed, and really it can't, but let's just say it is, because we get this question all the time. I said, well, if you're going to go spend 6 hours on a golf course for the week, what else do you do in your life outside of that? Maybe sleep, eat, work, spend time with family. So now 6 hours, that's your fifth time consumption thing for the week. Why wouldn't you spend, it doesn't have to be more expensive to get custom fit.
Right.
Sometimes it's just a hassle to go do it. But, why wouldn't you take that time to get that right? So you're playing your best golf, you're giving yourself the best chance, and you're enjoying your time.
Hey, Nick, I have another interesting question. I know you talked about lie, length, and all that, but I'm a bigger guy. I'm sure you're a bigger guy, and I got these big old mitts on, so I need a thicker grip on mine. So I always have a large or an extra large grip, and I found that the large grip now, really works my style. Is that an importance too for the feel of the club in the player's hand?
Yeah, well, absolutely. There's a couple components to like a grip size. So one of it is comfort, but it's also your connection to the golf club. So if you have the right grip size, you're going to maximize not only your club head speed, but your chances of squaring up the club at impact.
There you go.
The other things that can happen with that grip size is that it can dictate your shot shape. So different grip sizes can make you fade it more, can make you draw it more, can make it go higher, can make it go lower. And a lot of people don't think about that. And then the other thing is grip size has a lot to do with the weight of the grip.
Right.
And weight of the grip can dictate also other things in the swing, like I alluded to earlier, of weight of the golf club.
Exactly.
So very important that people get their grips looked at.
Exactly. That's great. He's got the thicker grips, Nick, because he's really got arthritis in his hands, and he doesn't want to let anybody know about it. And that's why I've got to pick up the damn ball out of the
They
hole
only bend
for him.
so often, Nick. Come on now.
Yeah. Nick, let me ask you, how is the decision made amongst the people at Club Champion, yourself obviously, as to what vendors you are going to do business with? Is that predicated more on the quality of their product or price?
It's a little bit of both. I mean, obviously, quality is obviously one of the biggest things we look at is, do they make a good product that performs for a certain type of golfer it's trying to go after? And then also, are they a good vendor partner? Golf isn't a huge industry, and, we have a lot of different stores, and our customers, obviously want the best of the best. So we want to work with vendors that can deliver on what they're trying to do. And then part of it is price point, because we want to have different price points for different levels of golfers. Sometimes price point has to be taken out of it because there's only a certain price point that delivers for that golfer. That being said, it's obviously an important part because we're trying to cover as many people. We want anybody that enjoys golf, no matter their income level, to figure out a way to have the best clubs for them in their golf bag.
Yeah, no, that's very good. We're talking with Nick Sherburne, by the way, who's the co-founder of Club Champion. Before we move over to SST Pure, Jay and I both agree you guys obviously have a great business model. What are your plans in the future? How many stores do you have now currently, Nick, and what's your growth projection for the next couple of years?
Yeah, so we're currently at 74 stores nationwide. We're only in the United States right now, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep opening stores, probably somewhere between 12 to 18 a year for the next couple of years is the idea. Hopefully Corona doesn't slow us down too much, and that's the plan. Is we've every market we've gone to, we've been successful. There's golfers that want to get better everywhere we go, and that's our promise. Is that it's better fit, lower scores, and the whole idea of that's why we have guarantees on what we do, and so we want to keep doing that. And eventually we'll probably go, international. But right now we have a good thing going in the States, and we know what to do here, and the market's hungry for it, so we'll stay doing that.
That's it's tremendous. Let's get into. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's great for you, and the put it out there that you can guarantee lower scores. I don't think people realize how important that is. The impact of the golf club at the golf ball. That is the point of no turning back. And
that's the moment of truth.
That's the moment of truth. And if you can get to where you can be consistent with there, obviously you're going to get lower scores. So it's a great thing, Nick. And so check them out. Go to Club Champion. Check out Nick.
Absolutely. Let's talk about this SST Pure. When you told me about that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going, what the hell is SST Pure? That's a new venture for you, kind of, and tell everybody that's looking at the show what that is all about and why you got into it, Nick.
Yeah, so what most people don't realize, whether it's a graphite or steel shaft, they have irregularities in them from the manufacturing process. So inconsistent wall thicknesses, maybe voids that happen in the layers of graphite that cause kind of like, quote unquote, a knot in a tree. Things like that. And it causes the shaft to want to bend on a plane and not get back to address in the most perfect position. And so the SST Pure processor machine that the shaft goes into, what it does is it runs a series of tests on the shaft, and it finds the point in that shaft and marks it, and that's how our builders know how to put the shaft in. And what that does is it makes sure that the irregularities are aligned out of the way and that your neutral axis that's just free to hit the ball is there. So it leads to 51% more repeatability on the face. It leads to up to 70 yards distance, and it can be up to 25 yards less dispersion on a driver. And so the Tour has known about this for the longest time. I mean, it's like one of the best kept secrets on tour.
Right.
And it's been a very small company, and we've been a licensee for 20 years now. And the gentleman, the founder, Dick Weiss, did want to retire, and he wanted to sell the business. And he was getting in his 70s. And, with golf industry, there's a lot of consolidation. And unfortunately, sometimes people buy things for the wrong reasons.
Right.
And we think it's just such an important piece of our business. Like, for me, you should pure every golf club in your bag. I mean, it's just, I cannot preach it. I mean, Tiger Woods pures his stuff. I mean, it's just, you should have your golf clubs pured. So we saw it as an opportunity for us to buy it, protect it, but to keep it as a completely separate company. So if SST Pure is a completely separate company, our competitors, even on the Club Champion side, own SST Pure machines. We're happy to sell SST Pure machines to anybody in the world. And we're happy to have people go anywhere to get SST Pure. But we just think it's a very important piece of the golfing puzzle, and we want it as many places as possible.
So you do not offer this through Club Champion. It's a totally separate division.
So we have SST Pure. Club Champion offers SST Pure, but it's a separate company. We run it as a separate company. It's out there. Our competitors on the Club Champion side also use SST Pure. We want them to. We're promoting them to. We believe that the more people that get exposed to SST Pure, that's good for everything. And honestly, when you're talking about this structural, there's other sports that could be at play here. Right. So what most people probably listening to this don't know is, like, badminton is one of the largest recreational sports in the world. It's not as huge in the United States, but it's huge in the world. Badminton companies want us to pure their the shafts from the handle to the badminton racket.
Interesting.
Baseball bats, they're looking at puring baseball bats and finding this, like, maybe 3-inch circle, which is the most stable place to hit the bat. Fishing rods, archery, it just keeps going on and on. And so for us, we're looking at it, as a completely separate company that's really interesting and really ahead of the curve of taking really good products and really putting the best of in finding the best of the best of it. What
website do you guys have where viewers can go on your site and find out more about it if they're interested, Nick?
Yeah, so SSTPure.com. So it's SSTPure.com. There's some great videos on the process, some testimonials from actual golfers and fitters. You can see all the people that have done it on the PGA Tour. Obviously, we're a very small company. We can't pay people on the PGA Tour. So, but we have a lot. Most of the people you see up there voluntarily said, hey, you can show my name that I pure my golf clubs, and you'll see most of the notables on there. And so it's a really great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's fantastic, and it's fun because over the last 35 years that I've been playing golf, I've gotten to play with a bunch of these guys, and you always play with that guy that says, "Oh, I love my 8-iron. It just feels right." Yeah, and why not do that with all your clubs?
All your clubs.
Get all your clubs, because I remember back in the day, Freddie Couples had a 3-wood that he would never change that thing out because he loved it.
He loved it.
And all that. And, just recently when they did Tiger Woods on his putter and he could tell the difference, that's phenomenal to do that. But why not have your clubs paired? Make sure they're set for your game.
Like I said, it's a hard enough game. You got to take advantage of whatever you can. Nick, before we let you go, because we're out of time, unfortunately, we're going to have you back sooner than later. You have a store here in Las Vegas that's doing very well. Jay and I want you to come out and make a visit to that store so we can go out and tee it up with you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do that.
Well, we look forward to that, Nick. Thanks for being on.
Nick, thank you. And again, go to clubchampion.com. Check them out. You want to get your clubs right, that is the place to go. Nick, thank you again. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Pleasure. All right, we're going to step away again, take a short break, and Jay and I come back. We're going to wrap up the show with a few, we got some thoughts about what the PGA Tour is doing, what Augusta National's doing, what the Masters has done. It's a whole different way of looking at stuff,
Unprecedented times.
It is. All right, stay with us. We're back with you right after this. Hey golfers, I've been a golf talk show host for a long time, and I've been playing golf even longer.
Being in golf media, I've had the chance to play with every ball ever made. I started playing with the Elixir golf ball made by Encore Golf. Encore Golf has revolutionized both their golf balls, the Elixir or the Avant 55, to where the performance of either will simply blow you away. It did me. It's the best performing ball for the price. Go to EncoreGolf.com and see for yourself. Your scores will love you for it.
Dr. Christopher Choi has long been recognized as one of the top concierge doctors in Las Vegas. He and the entire staff at the Concierge Wellness Center have earned the reputation of unsurpassed medical care and service to all of their patients. In a continuing effort to always advance his practice, Dr. Choi is now offering an additional service using the most advanced laser therapy treatments available. Sure, being in great physical health is very important, but so is the mental boost you get when you know you look your best. Whether you want to lose those wrinkles, diminish acne scars, decrease pigmentation, are in need of skin tightening or permanent fat reduction, here's the answer. No matter what procedure suits you best, you have peace of mind knowing there is no actual surgery and no downtime. You just get results with these amazing laser treatments. You might wonder if it hurts. The answer is no. All you feel is a slight tingly feeling when having the procedure. Now is the time to go for it. You'll love the results you'll get. Call Concierge Wellness Center at 702-463-8080. Again, that's 702-463-8080. You'll be glad you did.
Is arthritic pain, stiffness, and soreness keeping you from enjoying the activities you love? The new copper-infused CopperTech golf glove will fix that. The CopperTech copper-infused golf glove soothes arthritic hands and provides support for muscle stiffness, soreness, and pain, reducing muscle recovery time with compression comfort that improves muscle circulation. Engineered with the healing magnetic properties of copper, the CopperTech golf glove helps alleviate muscle stiffness and joint pain.
The copper-infused technology helps my joint and muscle pain.
The CopperTech golf glove uses silicone spiderweave palm technology, never seen before in a golf glove.
As a senior mini tour player, this silicone woven technology helps me grip the club lighter, and consequently I get more club head speed.
The silicone palm grips great and outlasts anything else I've ever used.
The non-slip woven silicone pattern improves slip resistance. Plus, it wicks sweat away to prevent chafing and rashes.
I've been a golf coach and a professional instructor for 25 plus years, and this is one of the best products I've ever seen to help my students feel a secure grip, gives them great traction, and I know it's really going to help their golf game.
Get back in the game, practice longer, and play longer.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to, last segment of Golf Unfiltered, where nothing is out of bounds, brought to you by Encore Golf. Terrific golf balls, no doubt about it.
I'm loving them. I think they've got a great feel. They've got great playability, and
they've got the Elixir that you use and the Avant 55, and it's also, and again, we've got some really, really good sponsors also, like CopperTech Glove. For men and women, and we're going to be giving this stuff away starting next week.
Yeah, starting next week.
On every show, we're going to throw out a trivia question, be it about golf or be it about football. First one in with the right answer on our email off of our website. We'll announce it on the show next week. We're going to mail them out some stuff.
A lot of good stuff to give out, and I think everybody will be excited once they get these products in their hand, and they'll realize there's some very good products out there that can help them.
Totally. We got a couple of minutes left. What's your view of what the PGA Tour did by halting all competitive play for the next 3 weeks? How do you think that's going to affect things?
Well, I think, come down to it, I didn't think the PGA had really a decision to make when all the other major sports stopped. Now, it is outdoors. There is limited. I thought when they did the first when they were going to announce the players was going to be played without fans. I could understand that, but then everything needed to be shut down, and I think it's going to be good for everybody, just the time to take a break and get this thing under control and realize that we're going to have a new normal in life that everybody's going to be a little more conscious
of. And I think that's the reason that, and I had said to people that I really do believe that the Masters was going to be postponed, and I'm to the point now, Jay, where I think it's not going to be played in 2020. I think they're going to wait till next year for a number of reasons, but I think the biggest reason for their decision was players haven't played competitively for 3+ weeks, and they're not going to go in and play a major, after not playing, and they're not going to play a course like Augusta National after not playing for, weeks and weeks. I think that was really, they had no choice.
Well, I don't think they had a choice either, and it'll be interesting to see because the PGA Tour schedule is set up to where every week is pretty full.
Right.
So, and the golf course is going to be completely different in the fall if they try to play it in the fall than it is. But you're right, you couldn't throw those guys into play at Augusta without 2 or 3 rounds underneath their belt beforehand of competitive golf. So it'll be interesting. It's unprecedented times, but they'll get through it, and we'll all get through it.
I'm wondering what's going to happen with the other majors we have, like the Open, the British Open overseas. They're having all sorts of problems right now, unfortunately, with this coronavirus. I think that's going to impact them as well.
Well, I think it's going to impact everything. All we can do is hope and pray that this thing gets under control quickly, and everybody can get back to what is a normal life for them.
One of the things I know that's near and dear to you that just got canceled here, unfortunately, was the NFL draft.
Yeah, it was going to be a major undertaking here, and unfortunately, all outdoor and public venues are going to be shut down. They're still going to do the draft. They'll do it old school.
Right.
They'll still have it televised and all that. But as far as the fan interaction, I was really looking forward to everything going on here in Las Vegas with the new stadium and the draft and everything else. It was going to kick off a tremendous time.
Having played for the Raiders for 5 seasons, you got to be loving the new stadium here.
Oh,
it is just awesome.
The new stadium is phenomenal. I've had a chance to tour it a number of times, and it's going up. It looks like this big black spaceship out there. It's pretty cool, and having the team in town and getting out in the community. I've been able to get out in the community and do some things, and everybody here has embraced them. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a great thing for Las Vegas.
Yeah, and we're hoping, and with Jay's effort, we're going to be able to get some of the Raider players on, because they love to play golf as well, as do so many other athletes, and that's what makes the game so great. It appeals to everybody, Jay.
It appeals to everybody, and everybody can play. All different levels. The way you can play with handicaps, you can still have a great time and enjoy just being outside and being together.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got to make our tee time here.
We got to make our tee time.
And get out.
Yeah, it's unusual. It looks like it might rain here.
Yeah,
I didn't move to Vegas for rain. What's the deal? So let's get this rain over.
And
so we can get
I'm a hot
play.
weather guy, so I'm not loving this rain and this cold weather.
Right.
Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of Golf Unfiltered. I'm Dennis. He's Jay. Stay with us every week because you're going to love the guests that we have week in and week out. Until then, keep it in the short stuff. We'll see you back next time. So long, everybody.
You should never say never to. 'Cause you're gonna get more than you bargained for, if that's what you wanna do.